Hello and welcome to HomeStrung Jewelry. This is Debbie and I'm back with another tutorial from our Once in a Blue Moon subscription box. This tutorial features the sunburst earrings and pendant that you see here. We're going to start with the tutorial on the earrings and I will follow that up with a tutorial on the pendants. So to start, I'm going to move the models here out of the way. And we'll go over the different materials that you'll need in order to make this project. All right, you will need 2 of the 6mm gemstone blue banded agate rounds that were in the box. You will need 12 of those Gem Duo beads. And you will need 12 of the dark suede blue crescent moons that were in the box. You will need approximately 110 or somewhere just shy of a gram of a size 15 seed bead. You can use any color you'd like since it works as a type of accent. What I'm using is a white pearl. The number on that is a 9420. And they are a Miyuki. They're a Miyuki seed bead, size 15. So I'm going to move up each of the components out of the beading area. I'm also using a big-eyed needle right here, and I'm using the 6-pound FireLine in the white or the crystal, and I'm using to make one earring. I pulled off about 30 inches of the thread. So I have divided my components in half. I have 6 of the crescent moons, 6 of the Gem Duos, 1 of the gemstone beads, and I will need approximately 55 of the size 15 seed beads to make one earring. Step 1 is to pick up 1 of the crescent moons and 1 of the Gem Duos, another crescent moon, another Gem Duo. Just keep alternating the moons and the duos until we have picked up all 6 of each. Just want to make sure that your moons are all facing the same direction, and same with your Gem Duos. Okay, after you have picked up all 6, should look something like this. You want to move all the beads down to leaving about a 3-inch tail. And then you're going to come around and needle back up through every one of those beads again. Going back through exactly the same holes in the same order. You want to pull this tight, forming these into a nice circle. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie a simple overhand knot with my tail and my thread so that I can pull that circle nice and tight. So this is what you should have. Now I'm going to thread on my needle onto that tail, and I'm going to weave that tail in with a series of half hitch knots to get rid of it and get it out of my way. All right, I have finished off my tail and trimmed it. I'm back with my needle on my main thread. The needle is coming out of the Gem Duo right here. I want to needle through the Crescent Moon and the next Gem Duo. Then I'm going to pick up my gemstone bead. I'm going to move it down to the center of this starburst. I want to find the Gem Duo that is opposite of the one I'm coming out of. So let me lay this down. Put all my crescent moons back into position. All right, so coming out of this Gem Duo, I picked up the gemstone round, brought it all the way down. The Gem Duo on the opposite side is this one right here, and I want to just needle through it to anchor that. Gemstone bead into the center of that starburst. So you needle through the Gem Duo on the opposite side. We're going to go back through the gemstone. Back through the original Gem Duo. And this is what we have. Next step is we're going to pick up 10 of these size 15 seed beads. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pick up 10 of the seed beads, and we're going to needle through the gemstone round so that the seed beads will lay around it. So we're going to come clear around to the opposite side and needle through that gemstone bead. We want the seed beads to lay along one side of the gemstone bead, just like that. Then we will pick up 10 more seed beads. Okay, so 10 more seed beads. Come around, needle up through that gemstone bead again so that this set of seed beads lay on the other side of that gemstone, just like we're circling that gemstone bead. Now we need to anchor this ring of seed beads around the gemstone. To do that, I'm going to pick up one seed bead and I'm going to needle through 3 or 4 of the existing seed beads, just like this. Continue around, coming through the next 4. Coming through this set of 2. Pick up another seed bead and now go through this side, all 10 seed beads that were on this side. Pull nice and tight so that they circle that seed bead, and here's what we've got. We've got a nice ring of the size 15 seed beads surrounding that gemstone round. Okay, now to work the rest of it is we want to needle through the bottom hole of the closest crescent moon that we're coming out of. See if I can anchor that just a little bit like this. Needle through there. Then we're going to needle up through the top hole of that same crescent moon. Now we're going to pick up 2 of the size 15 seed beads and needle through the top hole of this next gem duo. Pick up 2 more size 15 seed beads, needle through the top hole of the next crescent moon. Pick up 2 new seed beads, go through the top hole of the next gem duo. You just want to continue this all the way around, picking up 2 size 15 seed beads, going through the next top hole of either a crescent moon or a gem duo until you've gone completely around your starburst. At this point, I usually would tell my students to take and double check their work, make sure they've got all the seed beads they want, the right number lined up all around the starburst, because if you picked up one too many or forgot one, now is the time to fix it. So check your work real quick. The only thing we're going to do now is we're just going to go completely around this circle one more time to reinforce it. So through the 2 seed beads, the gem duo, 2 seed beads. Keep your work fairly tight so that you can eliminate any gaps that you might have in the thread. Once you've gone completely around, what you want to do is needle through the 2 seed beads that are right before a gem duo. And you want to needle through the top hole of that gem duo. You will pick up 9 seed beads. 9 seed beads and needle back through the top hole of that gem duo. This is going to form the loop that you'll attach into your ear wire, or you'll attach to a jump ring that attaches to your ear wire. You want to reinforce this loop by going back through those beads 2 to 3 times. Okay, I've gone through that loop 3 times, and I'm ready to finish off my earring. To do that, I'm just going to needle through a series of beads and tie some half-hitch knots. You can use whichever technique you're used to using for finishing off a project. But for me, I'm just going to come down through a couple of these beads, and I'm going to form a loop, go through the loop, make a half hitch. Come through a couple more beads. I'm going to go through the top hole of that Gem Duo and tie a half hitch knot right there. Go through a couple more beads. Well, it looks like I'm coming through the moon too in the next couple of beads. I'm going to go through that Gem Duo. Tie another half hitch knot. Then I'm just going to needle through a few beads. Pull my thread nice and tight and cut it off. And that is the earring. Move it up so you can see it closer. Then you would just take and use a jump ring to attach to this loop, and then attach your ear wire of choice to the jump ring. You can see on the finished earring here what I'm talking about. Here's the jump ring going through that loop, and then the jump ring attaches to in this case it was the star studs that were in the box. So this is what your finished earring would look like. Now you just have to repeat these steps for your second earring, and you will have a set of earrings. If you give me just a moment, I'll be set up to show you how to do the pendant. There are a few differences on the pendant. I'll go over the materials. For the pendant, you will need an 8mm gemstone bead. You will need 8 of the Gem Duos and 8 of the Crescent moons. So 8 Crescent moons, 8 Gem Duos. You will need 22 of the size 11 seed beads. We didn't use a size 11 in the earring, but we do use them in the pendant. And you'll need about 104 of the size 15 seed beads. To start the pendant, we start exactly the same way that we did with the earring. We pick up a moon, and a Gem Duo, moon, Gem Duo, until we've picked up all 8 of the moons in the Gem Duos. So if you have them on your thread, here's what it should look like. Moon, Gem Duo, moon, Gem Duo, until you have all 8. Move them down, leaving about a 3 to 4 inch tail, and then needle back through all of the beads again. so that we'll be able to pull them into a circle. So I pulled them into a circle, laid down. This is what it should look like. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the tail so that it won't be in my way. To do that, I tie a knot. Pull it fairly tight. I'm going to tie a second overhand knot. Then I'm going to switch my needle to the tail. This is where having two needles would come in handy. But I'll just take it off my long thread, put it onto my tail. I'm going to needle through the closest gem duo, needle through the crescent moon, I'll come under the bridge and form a loop and then needle through that loop to make a half hitch knot. Then I'm just going to repeat that a couple more times. If you have another method that you prefer to use when finishing off a tail or an end, just feel free to use it. So once you've trimmed off your tail, this is what you should have. You want to needle through the closest gem duo. Pick up your gemstone round, move it down to the center of your starburst, find the gem duo that's opposite the one that you're coming out of and go through the gem duo on the opposite side, through the bottom hole. Then you'll needle back through the gemstone bead. And go through that original gem duo that you were using to anchor your gemstone bead. So this is what you would have. Now to form the inner ring that circles the gemstone, we're going to pick up 10 of the size 11 seed beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 seed beads. You're going to move around the gemstone bead and needle down through the other side so that these seed beads form a half circle around that gemstone bead. So they're laying on one side of it. Then you're going to pick up 10 more size 11 seed beads. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come around the gemstone bead, needle up through it so that those seed beads will lay on the other side of that gemstone round bead. Pull your string tight. Then what you'll do is you'll pick up one more size 11 seed bead, needle through the 10 seed beads that are on the one side, pick up one more size 11 seed bead, needle through the 10 seed beads that are on the other side. And then to join them, you needle through that very first seed bead that you picked up to form this ring. And you make sure you're not catching any of those crescent moons like I tend to do. So you should form a complete circle around that gemstone bead. After you've formed your ring, the next thing you want to do is needle through the bottom hole of the closest crescent moon. You're going to come up, needle through the top hole of that same crescent moon. You're going to pick up 2 size 15 seed beads, needle through the top hole of the next gem duo. Pick up 2 more size 15 seed beads, needle through the top hole of the next crescent moon. Pick up 2 size 15 seed beads, needle through the top hole of the next gem duo. Just going to keep repeating this all the way around your starburst. Picking up 2 size 15 seed beads, needling through the next top hole of either the crescent moon or the gem duo until you've gone completely around. If you find it easier to flip it over and work from the back side, feel free to do so. When you've come completely around, this is what you should have. I'm going to work from the back side because I prefer working around this direction. So I've turned it over. I'm going to needle through the next 2 seed beads. These are the 2 size 15 seed beads. Now I'm going to pick up 9 of the size 15 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 9 of the seed beads. They're going to form a point over the top of this Gem Duo. So I'm going to needle back through the 2 seed beads on the other side of that Gem Duo and help them to form a point. I'm going to needle through the crescent moon and the next 2 seed beads. Pick up 9 of the size 15 seed beads. So you got 9 of them on there again. Come over the top of the Gem Duo and go through the 2 seed beads on the other side of the Gem Duo, forming a point over that Gem Duo. Needle through the crescent moon. And the 2 seed beads. Pick up 9 size 15 seed beads. Come over the top of the Gem Duo, down through the 2 seed beads on the other side to form a point over that Gem Duo. And just continue this all the way around until you have these points consisting of 9 size 15 seed beads over the top of each Gem Duo. And once you've completed your whole circle around, this is what you would have. The only thing left to do at this point is to go around this entire row again to reinforce this row of seed beads. Once you've gone around and reinforced your pendant, you can finish off. I use my fingers to kind of use those seed beads to form the little points on the star. You would attach a bell to any one of these points and attach it to either a chain or a piece of leather cord, which is what I did here. I attached the bell, then used a jump ring to attach the bell to my leather cord. So I'm just going to take and finish this off, and then I'll come back and say goodbye. And there we have the finished pendant. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm still working at getting better at providing and making these videos. If you have any questions or problems in making this project, please feel free to send me an email through our website contact area, and I'll be happy to try to help you. In the meantime, please like the video, make a comment, subscribe, all those good things, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.